Hi everyone, and welcome to the Beetle and Grimm's Home Shopping Network. Today, Shipping Goblin George here is going to let you know about the amazing selection of officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons jewelry that we've made available.
Yes, water-deep, shiny faction tokens, shiny dragon coins, oh, shiny shark medallion.
They're absolutely beautiful, aren't they? Oh, and here's an update. As a special offer for today only, if we don't sell 10 pieces by the end of this commercial, George and I will both be killed.
Seriously?
Not to worry. 10 very reasonably priced pieces of D&D jewelry is not a problem. I'm sure no one wants us to die. How much money you got on you?
Oh, bones, lint, more bones.
Come on, $15 for 3 dragon pieces. We get the ball rolling.
Oh, okay. Ooh, more bones. $15.
There you go.
I was saving that for lunch.
Oh, sale number 1, baby. Here we go. Dam's broken. Let's go. Run!
Hello, and welcome to Band of Badgers. Thanks for joining us. My name's Joe, and we are going to be playing Tomb Annihilation. Excuse me, Tomb Annihilation by Wizards of the Coast. And here are all my players. So say hello, players.
Hello.
And we don't have a guest for this evening. Instead, we've smashed the glass on our break glass for emergency elf, and we have Lee with us again.
Hello.
Thanks, Lee, for joining
Well
us.
done, Lee.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Aren't you glad you paid your premiums?
Oh,
Yes. Also, like to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Beadle and Grimm, for all their ongoing support with the channel. And also thank you to our other sponsor, Gale Force 9, as well. So we have also organised a ton of great discounts for you all, and you should see those scrolling below me now. So keep an eye on those for some good deals that we've managed to source for you. We are also going to be doing the inspiration again, so there will be, if you use your channel points to highlight your message with !inspire, and once 5 people have done that, our lovely moderators will put a vote up, and you can vote on who you would like to get that inspiration. Just give it to me. Please also remember to head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe there. Plus, if you have Twitch Prime, if you could drop a subscription in Twitch as well, that would be really handy. So we will also give you a big shout out if we see it and catch it. I think it will pop up on the screen saying you've done so. So we'll definitely give you a shout out here as well. Let's see. Oh, we've already got 1 Inspire, so that's pretty good.
Baron Snowhand, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You joined us,
Yes.
what? This is 3 nights in a row. Well done.
Yeah.
And new to the channel as well. Thank you.
Let's see who we've got in here.
He was that impressed with Dave's gold star on Wednesday. That's what. I just say that again, really slowly.
I
Gold
was
star.
I was that impressed with the gold star on Wednesday. I was not expecting that at all. I'm going to gush some more. But yeah, I'll take it.
I think gush is like almost like moist in my like. Anyway.
Gushy all
Now
over.
I stop drinking.
But once again, thanks, Chad Hunter, for joining us. Karloff, Val Lewis, that's a good friend of ours, Andy. Who else we got in here? ST Doherty, I believe. I think that's a new person. Don't think I've seen them before. Let's have a look. You're a rather lovely bunch, and Dave was straight up shocked. I think he was shooketh, as the children say nowadays.
Hello, Dave with Shooketh.
Yeah. Twitchy, T-Bird with all the numbers. Hello to you too. Old Pizza Legs.
Love that name.
So good.
That's a friend of mine. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So yeah, thanks guys, and I will now hand it over to Cork for our recap. If you can remember what happened 2 weeks ago.
I legit wrote it down this time.
He's prepared.
Say what?
We moved down into next floor of the tomb. Cork found another scrap of paper of which to carry on his diary, because pages are just gone now. We found Dragonborn Paladin called Elrad. Elrad lost friend, sad moment, and then found new friends in me. We went into room and found lots of wine. We jumped in puddles of wine. Cork so happy. We jumped together for minutes on end. Then made our way into another room with symbol on floor. It had like salt marking on. We disturbed salt marking. Bad move, bad move. Weird lizard thing attack us. Weird lizard thing then run away once Cork hit it. It was very fun. We then got attacked by hordes of zombies. It was a good day for Cork. He had so much fun. We also have a new goat. Very happy. Her name's Zagmira, same as our wizard. Don't know where the wizard is gone, but we have a goat now. We've exchanged. Elrad had to go, but we've exchanged Elrad for Jessica. I think Sarka's showing Elrad way out. Don't know where Sarka's gone. Either way, we've now found a weird pool on the floor. Going to investigate now. Done.
Thank you.
Nice. Amazing.
Good call. And thank you to Chav Hunter for subbing for 5 months. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That's
Very
amazing.
much.
Yeah, nice done, mate. So yeah, as you sort of stand there, Elrad, I've got a little bit about Elrad. He brushes off the debris of the skeleton hordes that had beaten the group back. The ancient dust that filled the hallways of the tomb settles deeply into the cracks and crevices of his red scales. He turns to you and says, I came down here seeking my allies. I had tracked them to the tombs through the second-hand accounts of their exploits from Port Nyanzaru to Firefinger and all points in between. I never once thought that they would actually enter the tomb. It seemed unwise. The yawns showing his maw full of teeth, many yellowed and cracked from age, and a hard life of adventure. The company of the Yellow Banner, Brixton, Brackus, Seward, Seraphus, and Devlin. Poor misguided Devlin. He saved my life once, you know. And Elrad then trails off into a mumble. Soon the dreams began to haunt me. Sometimes I saw them all facing their trials, and other times I simply felt their presence, their fears. It was never a positive sensation, never the glory of victory or discovery. I felt this, and I knew soon enough that I was on a boat bound for Port Nyanzaru. I found Devlin, but it wasn't Devlin, not anymore. His body was still warm, and his goods scattered around him. I should have known that it was just another of the tomb's traps, those curved halls that defied traditional understanding. His body was warm, never mind that goatee visage. Everything in me screamed that he had been dead for weeks, but he was warm, or so I thought, I hoped, that I might yet have a chance to recall him. We all know that rituals don't work in this wretched place, but here's why. You and me, we've already had this conversation more than once, and I'm tired. Oh, so tired. That cold hallway that I was in, I'm going back there now, as I always do. I've met you all before. and we've explored these halls. I've seen these traps and triggered and reset them. Monsters slain and replaced with fouler creatures. The foul power that controls these halls is many-faced, but it's a power that can be split and pared down, and thereby become defeated. Never forget that. My time grows short, and I'll meet you again in short order, but until you exorcise this ancient, perverse evil from the halls, I'm afraid we won't meet again. Enjoy this final blessing, my friends, and fight well. My company is dead, and it's upon you now to become the Yellow Banner. And Elrad's body stretches out and distorts, and before your eyes you see him in spectacular, speedy fashion recite all of the words that he's just shared with you, but in reverse order. And he begins to move backwards, faster and faster, as if rewinding through the challenges that you've all just defeated. And he scrambles backwards through the room with the cart, and then through the narrow hall beyond, and in a moment he is gone, and the tomb falls silent and hangs heavy once more. Yeah.
I'll just see that.
Well, that was weird.
That was odd.
That was definitely new.
Yeah.
That was Dragonborn friend. He went weird. Bye.
I mean, weird for even a Dragonborn.
Right.
Okay, good.
I think that's something to do with time travel. Time travel stuff always goes badly for someone.
That's true. That's true.
Speaking of going badly for someone, shall we press on?
So you are currently in the corridor just after hopping over the now pit of skeletons that Seamus has handily made. And yeah, in front of you stands a well. Behind it's actually a secret door, but because Obo has got such a high passive perception, he was able to spot that there's a secret door there and that it was just a fake image of a wall. And beyond it there is a carved stone font filled with water.
Ooh. Look at water.
Okay.
You thirsty?
Are you?
No, not
Cork
particularly.
doesn't have a water skin anymore. Can Cork inspect the water? Is it in a well or something, you say?
It's in a stone font. Yeah, you can have a look at it. And as you get nearer to it, you notice that it emits a sort of eerie light from within the basin and the bottom of the well itself. If you'd like to look further into it, I can tell you what you see.
Yeah, go on then. Let's trigger this trap. Let's do this.
So
I'm right there with you, Cork.
Yeah.
So as you get nearer to the water, it begins to swirl, and the eerie light seems to almost flash, and begins to dance on the ceiling above. And slowly an image resolves on the water's surface itself. And as you look down into the water, you see a corridor lined with strange-looking mould that every so often puffs out green gases into the air, and still puddles of water cover the floor of the hallway. The walls are slick with moisture and set with murals showing animal-headed humanoids in armour, brandishing weapons hanging on the walls. At the far end of the hall, you notice it sort of opens out into a chamber, and you notice three strange figures with paintbrushes walking around, painting the walls. And then the image on the water becomes still and clear once more.
Anybody see that? Corksy corridor with moldy walls, which was spraying gas. He sees animal warrior things, and then three people painting. Sounds like a good Monday night.
Sounds like you probably had too much of the water, perhaps.
Cork not drinking this water.
And once again, as you, I'm assuming Obo has stepped nearer to the room. I think he moved forwards. You notice that there's another secret corridor, the other side of the scoring pool itself as well.
Great tunnel.
I can see it. I see everything, man. It's just like look over there. Like, there's look. Do you see there's another door? While you looking in the well, like I'm going over here because there's a door. Do you see it? And I try and Try and find the edges. There's a handle. Push it. Pull it.
Yeah, it's literally like a invisible, what's the word I'm looking for? Imaginary wall.
Holograph.
Yes. Yeah, holographic
yeah.
wall almost.
Okay.
Put my hands for it. What do you see this? I got no arms. I'm all wall.
Your arm.
Look, I put my hands there and disappear right into it. Look. Oh.
Sometimes I wish you'd disappear right into it. Did I say that loud?
You know I can. I'm a turtle. I just like whoop. There you go.
Don't you guys have some clues or something for this place?
Did you
Doesn't
find a
any
clue?
of those help you?
I don't think that's a clue.
You know, I've been with these guys for a really long time, and they've literally never had a clue. So asking a little bit too.
How dare you?
How dare you, Adam? I have not found any clue.
About Jules taming frogs and bowing to dead gods and stuff like.
No, I found a stick. Did the stick have anything to do with it?
Yeah.
So looking through the corridor beyond, you see a circular chamber where there's two archways over the top, and the room is lit with a torch set into the wall.
I'll go first.
Well, look, see, Cole, all you do is just carry on walking through. Like, I stick my head through first, just to make sure it's a corridor and I can see this wall, and I'll carry on walking.
As he's bent over, sticking his head through the wall.
Just boot him off the butt.
I'm gonna step up onto his shell and then climb along the wall.
Yep. So walking into the corridor, you do just notice that there's two doors to the north and to the west.
Check out the north door.
Yeah, it's just a solid oaken door.
Okay, can I put my ear to it and do a listen?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, if you want to roll a perception check for me, please.
Yeah, 24.
Okay, so from the other side of the door, you hear lots of sounds of like hammering and metal work and machinery sounds that you can hear from the other side.
Okay, I'll take a few steps towards the party and say quietly, "There's people behind that door. It sounds like a smithy's."
This could be a bad idea.
It usually is, yeah.
I shall head on down to the west door. Do the same.
From this door, you don't hear anything. So...
Sorry. I'll still roll the dice.
My bad. Yeah, you don't hear anything.
I'll pretend I don't know any better.
It sounds like a door.
Yeah.
This one's empty. This perhaps this is a storeroom where they keep their tools and their leather aprons, and that's the smithy's over on the other one. What should we check this one out first if we can't hear any noise, or clear the other room first so there's nothing behind us?
Okay. Lead the way. Cork right behind you.
Is the door locked at all?
It is not. No.
Okay, I will open the door.
Okay, give me 2 secs to do so.
You'll take fireball to the face.
So
a small blue gnome on the other side.
So candles dimly illuminate a cluttered office, and a skeletal songbird rasps at you from a filthy cage in one corner. Come on, Steve, wake your bird up.
No, this would be the one time that he's completely silent.
Of course. Yeah.
Unlike this morning, at 1 minute past 9, just I'm starting my presentation. It's
and other furnishings include a wooden writing desk and a tall back chair that's facing away from you. Atomical drawings sketched in charcoal hang on the walls behind the desk. Seated in the chair is a shriveled-looking corpse of a human. You can just see his hands from where you are. The back of the seat is covering up most of his body.
Charming.
Don't look healthy.
Around the floor, if you look, you notice the movement, and on his desk you do as well, and you see a number of severed hands just crawling around the room.
Okay, I'm gonna draw my mace, and gonna walk into the room. But I'm gonna try and stealth into the room if I can.
Yeah, if you want to roll a
to
stealth.
the guy, yeah.
Cork starts humming a tune, going. Dun, dun, dun.
That's an 18.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, he's already pretty engrossed in whatever he's doing at the desk, so you can walk up behind him, and you'll notice that he's using charcoal and is just sketching on a piece of paper. And from looking over his shoulder, he doesn't notice you as such. You can see that he's sort of drawing crude, like intricate traps. You'd assume that they are in some way or another and a trap that you've either previously seen that he's redesigning, or ones that would be about the place.
This motherfucker drew. He made all the traps.
Is he really about to kill a man unawares?
Cork done it before.
Yeah, bugger it. I'm just gonna smack him in the face.
I'm almost impressed.
Yep. Do it. Ooh.
That was a 12.
Okay, so you're gonna try and hit him in the side of the head, are you?
Yeah. Do I get advantage because it's a sneak attack? Well, not a sneak attack, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
He's unaware.
Mm-hmm.
That's 24.
Nice. So as you hit him on the side of the head, if you want to do the damage for it.
That's 7. This is the most terrors. That's 8 because of the +1.
Cool. So yeah, as you hit him on the side of the head, you see him sort of turn around and look at you, and you notice this bronzed mask covering the whole of his face with leather straps that go around the back of it, and it has this frowning sort of visage on the front of the mask itself, and around the figure's neck hangs a black skull-shaped amulet. So, and yeah, you do clock him on the back of the head, and he just sort of like turns to look at you and is like, "Do you mind? That bloody hurt."
Could we identify him as the creature that saw us previously about 2 episodes ago?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the individual that was watching you come into the tomb itself. So yeah.
Roll.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that didn't quite go
So-
as you planned, did it?
Did I manage to knock him prone?
You did not. No.
Okay.
But he was already
Cork
sitting
will
in a
lean
chair.
into the room and go, "He's not with us. He's not with us."
It's like, what was that for?
You're drawing traps. You're some sort of architect of whatever's going on here. Explain yourself. Cork, come and restrain him.
As you say, I'm merely an architect. Would just because I made these doesn't mean that I'm the one that created the whole building that you're standing in. How have you found it anyway?
It's been fine for me. This is great. I'm good.
What's going on in the outside world? Can you let me know?
It's terrible. There's no point. You might as well stay in here.
Dinosaurs now come with bees. It's great.
Yes, I mean,
like I said, terrible.
They've been around for a while, so.
But they have bees now. It's really cool.
Can Cork walk into the room next to Asriel?
Yeah, I'll allow you to walk into this room if you wish to do so.
Thank you.
Oh, you're a big fellow.
Hold him down, Cork.
Hold him down.
Sir,
Cork. Yeah, go on then.
Is there
Cork will.
through this?
Sorry.
It's fine. I'm just going to ask the architect while Cork is doing something stupid. Is there a way to get through this easier without your traps? No offense to you and your traps. I'm just very tired and have very little time.
I mean,
I'm
where
going to
would
search
the
his
fun be
papers.
in
You
that?
question him.
So, if you want to roll an investigation if you're looking for his desk and things, I can let you know what you find.
Can I support him with that? Potentially give him advantage.
You are currently restraining the individual, so
Yep, sure.
It's a 14.
yeah. So you find a journal on his desk that I can add to your notes as well, and in there's a chapter in there that just says the master returns with marvelous gifts, a cast-off creation from the gods, dead and yet not dead. The all-seeing is blind to its existence, and the mother of illusions looks past it. Oh, sweet irony. The master hopes to raise the creature to power by gluttoning it on souls. The master has brought out the Sown Sisters here to nurse it, and to help build the device needed to feed it. As for me, I am only saddened that my studies shall one day come to an end. I owe the master much of the time he has given me. I can only work harder in the little time that remains of this world.
While he reads that, can I tie him up with rope?
Yes, you can certainly do so.
I would tie him up with rope.
I don't. What? Why are you doing this? This is much.
To be
This
honest,
is not needed.
we have a business meeting with your master, and we don't really have time for all of your traps. He's going to be very upset if we're late. Can we please just skip through?
You can certainly try.
You guys, he's put in all this work. Why can't you just be appreciative of the work of a master artisan?
Exactly.
Cork would be, but Cork doesn't want to be caught in traps.
Beautiful young elf, as opposed to this goat.
Have you?
I like him. Okay. He's really nice.
I am not just a goat.
Some sort of weird half woman, half old person goat hybrid.
She team pet. She team mascot.
I am nobody's pet, sir.
But maybe you could be, start a side business. It's, get your hustle on, girl. It'll be great.
Where have you all travelled from? I'm much interested in what's been happening in the outside world whilst I've been in here.
Undead things attacking land above. Need to stop this. Not good for land above, really.
Yes, well, that's been going on a long while, from my understanding.
Well,
Look,
we try to stop anyway. Apparently down here is a problem.
This individual isn't going to help us. He's just going to hinder us. So I think we should just leave him here.
I think you're asking the wrong question.
Then how about you ask the right ones?
Okay.
Darling.
Thank you. I'm so glad you decided to listen to me. Okay, so
Less in this room.
All right. I'm staying out of it.
So,
I
Master
never went in
Trapmaker.
there. I just hear everything that's going on. I just stay right here. I was just looking at this torch. There's something a bit eerie about it.
Master Trapmaker.
Yes.
Genius artisan.
Call me Withers.
Withers. Oh, that's really on brand for you. Great. So, big question. And I've got to say, I love traps. Huge fan. What would you say is your masterpiece here on display so we can find it? Like, what's your best?
Your
best trap.
I mean, I have many a trap that I'm fond of, and where's the fun in that?
Well, look, I love traps, right? I love them. I like to look for them, and it's like, oh, and I can see one go off.
Yeah, you better be looking pretty well.
Okay, cool. All right, on board. What's your favorite kind of trap, though?
I mean, my master is. He asks a lot of me, but I was the best out of all of my people in creating traps for him, and that's why he spared my life, and that's why I'm still here.
Okay, cool.
So.
What's your master name?
His name is Asarak.
And what is he after?
Your souls.
And what's his favourite colour?
What a
purple.
surprise! She yells Zagmira down the corridor.
Yes. He's just enticing individuals in and taking their souls.
Oh, okay.
In order to feed up this creation.
That is correct, yes.
Well, whilst Jessica and the rest of the party continue to question him, I'm going to search the rest of the room, please.
So,
Yes, certainly.
would you be interested later on in doing a profile for me for my other freelance gig, where I do writing pieces for Trapmaker's monthly magazine?
I think I have a subscription for that.
Yeah. Maybe you read my articles, Fire Traps and How to Survive Them. Or, there was the one I really had fun doing, Your Best Tripwires.
Tripwires and how to hide them from unsuspecting parties.
Yeah, that's it. They changed it in editing, but yeah, I really had a lot of fun doing that one.
Tell me, do goats get headaches in their horns? I feel like I have one.
I've got the other great title for you. It was the autobiography of the ex-trap maker. Of being a trap maker.
Yes. Trap makers do tend to come to grisly ends on a regular basis, normally from setting off their own traps.
Which strikes me with yet another idea.
That's
so
why
we bring him with us. He's coming with us.
That's good. I like that.
Maybe if there's a grisly pack, we can get him a grisly end.
Yes. So your investigation, Azrael, you find a spell book laying on the desk as well, alongside the journal handouts.
Hey, I'm gonna have a flick through. Is it arcane or divine in nature?
It is. Let me just have a check for you, and I'll let you know. 2 secs. Doesn't actually say what it says. I'll put it in your journal for you.
Okay,
This is the Manual of Gollums. There you go. To create a golem, you must spend the time showing the table, so you can create a golem if you need to at a later point in time. So I'll put that in your book, and you can have a read of it later.
Thanks.
Yeah. You also, whilst you're searching the table, gather up enough supplies to make a set of thieves' tools.
That's handy.
Hooray! None of us are thieves or rogues.
Yep. So he turns to you and says, I enjoy watching your trials through the first level. It was interesting. I mean, that first corridor, that did give me a chuckle.
You watch us?
If you're on about me being washed away about 4 times by your stupid wines, I'm not impressed. You owe me some robes.
I'm merely meaning you setting off about 4 or 5 of my surprises within the first 10 to 15 minutes of you arriving.
Unfortunately, I didn't pick these brains.
Many things happen in that one first corridor. Many things we all can forget, all regrets. Lots of red people died. We call them red shirts. Carry on. Now we have Gold Friend.
And you didn't find these brains. We found you, remember?
I'm not really sure they picked brains to begin with.
And
but then again, zombies are brain dead, so I think we've got them covered.
You got many of our party members a lot of wine. Some of us got very drunk. It was all good. We had fun. Jump up and down in wine.
And yeah, so with that, he just, whilst you're talking, you see his hands sort of start to move, and a hole just appears in the floor beneath him, and he just drops through it, and the floor closes back up again, and he is once more gone. The hands in the room still sort of scurry about for a little while, and then they slowly run out of the doorway, past Seamus and Obo and Zagmira, and down the corridor, all in a sort of group.
Reaction. Step on him. Get him.
Stump.
Yeah, they're
Where
like
are they
sort
going?
of,
Quickly, things escaping.
Yeah, they all run out past the scrying pool and out into the corridor itself, and they just sort of climb up the walls and over, and they all sort of scurry off in different directions.
Oh, that was odd.
Can we please move on?
Yeah.
Great. So this door, Obo, I think you said there's something weird with this lamp.
You're welcome to investigate the lamp if Obo wishes to do so.
Yeah, I was just talking about the lamp, and it was quite interesting. You see how it flickers in the wind?
It's called fire, you stupid turtle.
There's a secret, like, access point or tunnel somewhere, you know?
Oh, right, you're talking about where the wind is coming from. Right.
Exactly, yeah.
Honestly, I thought that was just the hot air that Cork was giving off, but I suppose you have a point. Well, I'm not pulling it.
You're welcome to investigate it, Dave, if you wish to do so. If you want to roll an investigation check.
Let's roll an investigation check here. Let me do that. Let me have a rummage around, see what I can find. And there we go.
It is a torch.
Yep.
And what have we found?
Natural one.
Yeah, we found that Dave rolled a 1 and got a negative modifier to make it a 0.
Excellent. Is it even a torch? I mean, at this stage.
I told you, see, I was a bit confused myself. While you've been in that room talking to that geezer, I've just been looking at this torch. I believe it's not a torch. I believe it's something else. And did you see those hands that started running out of the room? I mean,
well, why don't
you
try
go
to
anywhere near that torch? I mean, if I was a hand, I might have gone up to that torch, you know.
Well, why don't you try it and see if you can take it with you?
Well, I don't think it comes out the wall.
Oh, then that's a shame. Anybody else got any suggestions?
There's a challenge there, Cork. You don't think that comes out the wall? Why don't you try pulling it out the wall, Cork?
Oh, Cork can see it dark. I mean, can do if you want. Cork will pick up the torch.
Yeah, you can. It's literally a torch that's held in a bracket, so you could lift it up and out of the bracket if you wish to do so.
And hands it to Obo. There you go.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you very much, kind. That's very kind of you, Cork.
Are we done with the torch?
I got a torch, look. Hey, zigzag, look. I got a torch, like.
So,
does it flicker differently as he's waving it closer to the wall?
No, it's just a torch.
Just a torch. Okay, good.
No, what I meant was as he's waving it towards the wall, is there a certain place where the flame suddenly changes direction?
Nope.
As if the wind's blowing in a certain way or different way.
No, unfortunately not.
Bugger it. Right.
I like your thinking though.
Yeah.
Door to the north.
Okay, so as you open the door to the north, where you hear
slow down. I was just saying, observing that the door to the north is away.
My apologies. I thought you said open the door.
I'm only joking. No, let's open the door.
So, to the north, you open the door and you see rows of old wooden benches and shelving along the walls of the chamber that are covered with gears and chains and trap components, and cages filled with rats. Lit iron braziers hang by chains from the ceiling, and along the north wall, a steep dais is set with a bulky contraption, a sort of Iron Maiden-looking thing. It has attached to it a network of steaming pistons and tubes and bubbling vats of blood. 5 masked dwarves are operating the contraption, and as you walk into the room, the iron contraption shudders and hisses, releasing clouds of steam and vapour. And through the rolling vapour itself, you see an armoured figure wearing a bucket helmet stomp into view.
Uh-oh.
and the iron figure itself looks like it's made up with a mishmash of different people's body parts, all sort of sewn together. There's like stitching going on with like one of its arms looks like a different race or skin color, and a part of its face is sort of meshed together. You can see underneath its bucket helmet.
In the 30 seconds of reading the Manual of Gollums, is this a golem?
Yeah, so it's a what's called a tomb guardian.
Oh, we fought them already, haven't we? Upstairs.
Possibly, yes. It's a common occurrence. So, if you would like to roll initiative for me, please.
Not really,
be
but I'm
amazing.
going to anyway. I'd like to hide.
So yeah, just remember to click on your character token and roll a niche for me, please. That'd be amazing. We have got 5 inspires apparently, so if we could whack the vote up, that would be amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Quickly roll my initiative.
Oh,
I get advantage.
all time. Wait, can I use my inspiration to not be a goat?
Unfortunately not.
Don't think so. Don't think it works like that.
No.
Had to try, right?
There's a couple of ways to stop being a goat, but I don't think anyone has them at the moment.
That's fine. I'm just a goat.
Remove curse.
There's remove
Dying.
curse,
Lesser
lesser
thingy,
restoration.
restoration.
Yes, I'll just pull the wish I have out of my back pocket.
Yeah, lesser restoration. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got that.
I think lesser restoration is one of them. I'd have to double check. But yes.
It's fine. I'm a goat.
Right.
Oh.
Greatest of all time.
Yeah, goat.
That's going on the vote now.
Are you putting goat? Not even Sagmira, just goat.
Stacey, Stacey the goat in capital letters.
Right.
Oh dear. Oh, there's 6 now apparently. 6 inspires.
Yes, we do have a 6.
Nice.
The first
So
and
yes, as you open the door, although there's a lot of banging and crashing going on of the tomb dwarfs, you do catch their eye as you open the door. And let's go. Jessica, you're up first.
All right. Let me move to where I can see it. What's going on? So I'll be moving, and then how big can I 100 Hail of Thorns is a new thing for me. How big? How many people can I hit with it?
Does it have the space that it takes up on there?
I'm looking. This is, let's see. It does not say.
My daughter's singing TikTok songs in the background, so pick it up. I apologize.
Oh, but you know what? I just got Conjure Barrage.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a 60-foot cone.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
that'll
you did.
cover a lot of people.
Yeah, well.
Yes. Where are you currently standing?
I
Where are you
moved
gonna
up
be
to the front.
Yeah, you're on the same square as Azrael at the minute, so you can move one further in.
Okay.
She's got it where she was, or wherever she was. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you just can't. I think you can move 3 people. You just can't end up on the same square as them.
Okay, yeah. So that should cover a multitude of sins.
Yeah. I think that is the whole way.
It is, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
All right.
Pretty much the whole room. So yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. And reading it, it's just I fire a non-magical ammunition into the air and create a cone of identical weapons that shoot forward and then disappear.
Then do they need to make a save?
A dex saving throw, yeah. And well, I don't I have to fire?
Yeah, possibly. Does it say you need to make a ranged attack?
It says I could just fire a non-magical ammunition into the air, so I don't actually have to make an attack. I don't
No.
think.
Yeah, so they both fail. What damage do they take?
3d8.
Cool. Yeah, roll it.
Okay, I don't know how to roll.
On the left-hand side of roll 20, you've got options on the left top corner. One of them looks like a D20.
Okay, and then 3d8.
Mm-hmm.
That's odd.
There we go. And that's
Nice.
12.
12. Good hit. So yeah, was it just a bunch of arrows just fly out at each one of them as you?
You want to do anything else with your movement?
No, well, I mean, maybe move to the side a little bit so other people can come through. Oh, hold on. So yeah, it's just step in, boom, hail of arrows, conjure barrage, and then step neatly to the side behind this circle button thing on the floor.
Yeah, that's a table. But yeah.
A table. Okay, so it's not a button.
Why do we always have to walk into rooms and hit people nowadays? Can't we have normal discussion, sit down with them, talk to them, and then hit them?
It's about making an entrance.
Cork understand that. Cork get it now.
Loquacious Cork.
So the Tomb Guardian at the back just sort of skulks forwards, and he just steps down off of the platform that he's on, and sort of walks forward to about here. And that's what he does. He just stomps forwards as he does so, and it's almost like because he's just come out of there, he's trying to get used to walking and working with his new sort of limbs that he's been given. But the Tomb Dwarves, as they noticed Jessica coming along, one of them actually steps in front of the doorway, and then the others step towards Jessica herself. And get there. So the two at the back shoot a light crossbows at Azrael. It's 17. I'm assuming, does that hit? No.
No.
And then the other one also fires his light crossbow at you on a 12, which also doesn't hit.
Correct.
Now, the two that are closest to Jessica, sorry, actually, this one's going to move down here as well, are going to hit you with a life drain. So they basically grab hold of your shoulders, both of them. And can you make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw, please, for me?
Just a second, I gotta find it.
Also, it looks like that one of the players wins the inspiration.
Oh.
Nice.
How do I find my saving throw?
Nobody voted for you, Joe. Sorry.
Oh, just regular Constitution?
No one ever votes for Joe.
It's in your saving throw
Got it,
section.
yeah,
So
I
it's
found
at the top.
it.
Yeah.
And it's a normal roll?
Yes, please. Yeah,
And that
con
is 16.
Nice. So you're fine. Doesn't let's have a look. Yeah, that's fine. And Azrael, can you also do the same for me, please? There's the one that's directly in front of you, grabs hold of your shoulders.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes, please.
That's 19.
Okay, so yeah, you're fine as well. Zeg Mirror, you're right.
Before next player, is there any player, so regular, that doesn't have inspiration?
I
already do.
I do.
That's not how it works.
Oh.
It goes to the public vote. You can't just say you don't have one.
It did. It went to the public vote and it was players.
Yeah.
I can't.
And
I
then
can't put individual players into the thing.
Why don't we just roll?
Okay.
Give everybody a number and
do
a
a roll.
Yeah, true.
So it'd be a D4, I guess. Yeah, D4.
Thank you to Fatal Paper Cut if you're watching.
2.
2. We need to give them numbers first.
Yeah,
okay,
who
hold
got
on.
two?
Well, that would be Dave counting the windows, wouldn't it? So
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Seamus would be
okay.
first. Obo would be second.
Right, yeah.
So Dave gets the inspiration.
There you go.
I think
Cool.
they're talking about Zoom windows. not
Yes.
on-screen windows.
Yeah, no
Thank you
on
guys
screen windows.
for
Seamus is in
doing
the first box from.
One of us got the inspiration, guys.
Yes,
That's
thank
what we
you.
need.
Thanks.
But Chaff Hunter does make a valid point
He
that he
does,
thinks
actually.
every player should get inspiration. I'm voting that one up.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's way OP.
You just managed to grab me without rolling a hit. You know.
Yeah, just lay on hands, but in reverse. You don't want to know what happens if you fail that Constitution saving throw. Just-
Oh, it's all right. I'm sure I'll fail it at some point.
Yeah. So yeah, Zagmira, you're up.
Okay.
I will allow people to walk through and into the room via this square if they would wish to do so as well.
Yeah, because I can't actually see in the room because people.
Yeah, I'll allow people to walk through other people because you'll let your
Oh, that's a lot
mates
of people.
pass and stuff.
Just sort of elbow your way through. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah.
Trying to make my way through here to murder you guys.
Yeah.
I'll just suck in my shell, shall I? As you have to skip on past.
Suck it in. Suck it in.
I
Suck it
think
in.
I'm gonna stand here for a minute. I just wanted to see what the room was like, to see if I could be like, what's the room look like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you hate it when people get in your way and they kind of start curtain twitching? Is that what you're trying to do? I can pick you up if you want. Look, I can lift you over.
No, I'm fine, really. It's honestly terrible. But this might be handy for you, and I'm going to cast Haste on Obo. I'm then going to remain roughly where I am at the back, where it's safe.
How long does haste last?
I believe I have to concentrate on it, but it lasts up to a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Cork, you're up.
Cork will delightedly move into that room. And
It's
he will-
Cork time.
Woohoo! He'll go there, and then can he move up an extra square?
Yeah, because you're still within base. You're in
As
contact
in-
with the other things, so you're not going to get any opportunity attacks or anything.
Cork will, upon seeing so many delightful enemies, know his role, and he will go into rage. And he's going to smack the one at the door.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great reckless mauling, y'all. That's a crit.
That is a crit.
Nice.
Roll them dice.
So much
Chav
nice.
Hunter just asked if the goat dies in the dungeon, do they just become dinner?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love roast goat.
Yeah, man. Curry goat.
Is it
Mm.
mutton?
No.
I mutton.
No, it's not mutton. It's goat. It's
I'll at
different.
least have lamb.
I've always wanted to be a chupacabra, though. Sucker.
How much damage is that?
Somewhere in the 40s. Give me a sec.
Yeah,
30 something.
33.
33.
Thank you. Cork's
that
special Cork's special rage word this week is "I'm a wreck it."
How
Oh, yeah.
much? 33. Cool. How would you like to do that one?
As Cork runs past,
Lonely.
he will just Asriel down, and then just and basically he will smash them all straight into the square or the chest of the. It was a dwarf, correct?
Yes, a tomb dwarf. they're called.
And just send it hurtling towards the back, just flying and just it splats against the wall at the back, and then just stays splattered to the wall.
Nice. Nice. So yeah, you can see there what they look like. They're sort of a weird
Human dwarf.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely! It's got a mask of the face that's on every wall of this place.
Yep.
Okay, Cork will do a second attack on the on the one just behind. Oh no, wrong button. There we go. That button. Hey Joe, how did you like 2 crits?
Wow.
Wow, 2 crits in a row. Nice.
Just bear with me while I change the colour of my dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this like blue's in. Blue's so hot right
blue
now.
is lucky.
That is 35.
Okay, yeah, so that one also
leave some for
perishes.
the rest of us.
Yeah, Cork, that same blow will carry through one dwarf into the next one, and the next one flies backwards as well, and they're both splattered against the wall, and their hands are touching. As if they're
Little hand
They were
holding
best
there.
friends and now they're dead.
Hang on, I need to see how far I moved because I've got a third attack now. 1, so 5, 10.
Oh yeah, of course, because you keep killing people.
Yeah, 25, 30, and Cork will move right into the middle square of these 3 because and he's going to try and hit the main one.
Yep.
Cork has cleared the path. Hey Joe, how do you like 3 crits?
What?
Are you cheating? You have
Yeah.
to.
How?
I call hack.
Yeah.
Cork is just
Elite
like,
hacks.
I'm having none of this encounter. Everybody dies. This is Cork's happiest day on Earth.
Just lining them up.
Yeah,
That is
Baron Snow has
41
love,
hits.
loaded
41 hit
dice.
points.
Wow, and that's into the big guy, did you say?
Yeah.
Wow.
See,
Cork has the grace of an angel.
I hope you didn't spend a long time planning this encounter, Joe, because by the
How do you want to do this?
No,
How did you want to
no,
defeat
not that
me?
one.
I'm not the big guy.
But yeah, so you just slam your maul into the side of the tomb dwarf, and he seems to sort of stagger back a little bit, but is still standing up.
Cork's found a challenge.
Azrael, you're up.
Okay. Take a knee, Cork. I'm going to move forwards to here. I'm going to attack the one on the left with my claws. Which is 13.
A 13 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay, so I'm then going to attack the one on the right with my spear. 15.
Hits, yeah.
And doing 9 points damage.
Perfect, cool. Yeah, so
And then I'm going to continue my move
Mhm.
past. I'm going to slide through their legs.
Okay.
I'm going to.
Do you have like a disengage action or anything for these two?
I've got mobility, so
Okay.
they can go away and not take their attacks of opportunity because I've hit each one of them.
Sure.
And then I'm going to come up behind the guy and attack with my spear
Mm-hmm.
on the big dude with a 27.
Oof, good hit. Yep.
Doing 11 points of damage, and I'm going to let my momentum carry me another 10 feet away before going into a Jet Li move where I spin the spear around my head, end up half bowed with it over my shoulder, and the old 2-finger come and get me move.
Bit of flair.
Yeah.
Nice. Seamus, you're up.
Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna run in with my quarterstaff. Oh, there's one there. I didn't know that there was an extra one there.
Sorry, Cork, missed that one.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So in that case, yeah, I'm changing what I'm going to do. So yeah, I'm going to see this random one on my right as I walk through the room, and go over and yeah, no, I'm going to go there. Hopping over or through Jessica and smack it with my quarterstaff. So that's
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, hey, I gotcha. So that's going to be a 21 to hit.
Yep, hits.
Yep, and I'm doing 10 damage on that.
Cool.
So yeah, as I've swung it round, I'm then going to follow it up with my feats, with my unarmed attack. Where's that? There we go. That'll be a 17.
Yeah,
I think
hits.
that hits. Yep, and that's a 6 damage.
Cool.
And then I'm just going to repeat it. I'm just going to pummel this poor tomb dwarf into the ground. Curb stomp, if you will. And that's a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, nice. Thank you. With 13 damage.
Nice.
And then again with the unarmed strike. So. Ooh, that was almost a crit.
Sort of going for a 1.
But luckily, no, that was not. That was a 28, so that'll hit, and that's 9 damage.
Nice. So yeah, you literally just as you punch it, its headpiece just smashes into pieces, and he falls down on the floor.
Okay.
Dead.
Great. So then I've got 40 speed. How much? How was I there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'll just tuck up behind Cork like that, backing him up. And then I'm done.
Cool. Obo, you're up.
Okay. I will step into the room. I'll see you later, Zig. I'm gonna go and have some fun, like. And as I step into the main room, I will also twirl my staff. Not as good as Azrael, because I've got 3 fingers, and it kind of very dodgy. And then I grab it, and I say, look, well, okay, that didn't work. But I just point my staff at the one directly in front of me, and I will cast Create Bonfire.
Oh.
So you need to do a dexterity saving throw. Ooh.
10.
Fail. Woohoo! And
Nice.
it's 2 d8 damage. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'll take the top number. 10.
10. Cool. So yeah, a little
10
bonfire
damage.
starts. Is it a constant thing that?
It is a constant thing. I will just keep it on him, and every round he will pop and cook like popcorn.
Nice. So yeah, a little fire just starts springing up underneath his feet.
Yep.
Cool. Yes. Okay, you're back up again. It's top of the round.
All right, and there's just one dude. No, there's 2 dudes. Okay. All right.
There's 3 because you've got Tomb Guardian and then the 2 Tomb Dwarves either side of Cork.
How's the Tomb Guardian looking?
Pretty sexy.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Hi, puppy.
You can tell he combed his hair for this occasion.
Yeah. How are you looking?
Aftershave.
Yeah.
Oh, great Lord Buckethead.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I vote for you.
He's looking okay-ish. He's been a bit battered, but maybe his stitching in certain places has come apart, and his inside is starting to leak out.
I'm just gonna go for a regular old longbow, just normal. And as always, as I usually do, with Cork as my guide, aim right above his head. Wait, is the Tomb Guardian taller than Cork?
Yeah, I can show you what he looks like as well.
Yeah, sure.
He is.
Oh, okay. So he is.
Yeah.
Oh, Cork has made a terrible mistake.
Yeah. Oh, that's unpleasant. Yeah. So using Cork's head and little mohawk thing as my guideline, I'm going to try and shoot using that as my sight, and just pew right into the Tomb Guardian that way. Okay, and so that's just a regular longbow attack.
Ooh,
26. That's
Nice
not bad.
roll.
This is why I let Cork guide me.
Nice.
And then the damage. And, 5 piercing.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, so just hits into his sort of shoulder area, finding a little bit of flesh in amongst all his plate mail, and sort of digs an arrow in there.
Mhm.
Do you have any other bonus actions or anything else you want to do?
I think I actually do have a bonus action, but I'm not. I don't remember.
Cool.
It's been a long time since I updated the sheet. Someone else. I had my secretary do it for me.
What was the question? Sorry.
Do I have bonus actions?
I think you actually get another attack.
I do get another attack, I think.
Ranger should get second attack, I believe.
Yeah, because I had one last time.
In which case, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Yeah.
and then I will do that again. The same thing.
Yes, 5th level extra attack.
All right.
Mhm.
Oops, that's the wrong one. No wonder I wasn't doing anything.
Thank you, Google.
There you go. And 26 again.
Yeah, hits.
Yep,
Nice.
and then let's see. 8 piercing.
Cool.
So bing bing. Yeah.
Ready for a Constitution save.
Well, we're all rolling these 19s. One of us is going to flick over to a 1 soon, surely.
So the Tomb Guardian's turn. Let's have a look. Where is my dice? So as it's taking all these hits, it just puts its arms in the air and lets out this roar that echoes throughout the room, and it starts going berserk, and it attacks the nearest creature it can see, which is directly in front of it, which is Cork.
Bring
it. Let's have a look. So it just gets advantage on its attacks.
Fine.
Which is going to pick you up and slam you into the ground. 24.
Oh yeah, that's going to hit.
For 12 bludgeoning damage.
And that is half to 6.
And then it picks you up once more, and this time it's going to smash you over its knee.
Oh no.
Oh.
Not Nightfall.
All right, Bane.
22.
That'll do it.
Yeah, for 13 bludgeoning damage again.
That'll take it up to 12.
Nice.
Am I now bound? Or
no, it just smashes into you and stuff. It's fine.
Cool. Bring it.
Cool. Zegmira, your turn.
Not to cause any more damage to myself, but you've skipped the monsters.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad then. Thank you for noticing and saying. The one on the left is once again going to try and grab hold of Cork. So if you can make a Constitution saving throw for me, please. It's going to grab hold of you with one hand.
16. Total.
Yeah, you're fine. And then with its other hand, it's just going to try and hack into your side. 9. I'm assuming it doesn't hit.
It gets advantage because I'm reckless.
Ah, so 22. So yeah, it does 9 damage on you then. So yeah, as it's holding onto your shoulder with one hand, it just chops into your side with the other.
Got it. Half it again.
And the other one's going to do the same. So if you can make another Constitution saving throw for me, please.
22. Hooray!
Nice. And
Cork
he's
is
also
tough.
16.
No. Cork has armor.
So now it's Zagmira's turn.
Okay. Right, so Zagmira is going to take a 5-foot step to the left. Step to the right. Nope.
Take a step to the
Bye to the left.
I'm going to cast Cloud Kill right about here.
What?
Uh-oh.
So can everybody please make me a DC? A Constitution saving throw.
How big's the cloud?
It's a 20-foot radius sphere of poisonous green yellow fog that is centered on a point I choose within range. It spreads around corners, and it travels 10 foot away from me every turn.
So that's everyone up to Cork this turn.
Cork's got Constitution. Bring it.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Have a 20.
Nice.
Natural.
So you'll take half of the 25 damage, and then probably half again because it's poison and you're a bear totem barbarian.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, Jessica. Oh no.
Seamus, you managed to save against it, but Jessica, you did not.
Dave, can you also make a Constitution saving throw? And
How much damage is this? Sorry.
25 in total.
25.
You get to halve it because you beat my Constitution. Jessica, unfortunately, does not.
and Dave needs to roll as well, I think.
What do I take?
You take the full 25.
And the two Tomb Guardians, they also both perish in the cloud itself.
Nice.
Right. Have we decided that this is a technical betrayal yet?
Yeah, I guess so. So I'm going to turn around to Zags and say,
Hold on,
"What the fuck?"
I get a chance. You turn around to say, the fuck to Zag? She's gone.
Oh.
Use the rest of my movement speed to get my ass over here.
Shit. We have to find her.
Okay.
So let me.
My God, the betrayal. It's
Oh,
only had
burns.
to build up and it's finally happened.
I know.
Could have ever known.
It's okay. Look. Jessica, Seamus. Something's happened. Zigzag's gone. I think she disappeared in that mist that just came round and made me cough.
Oh God, she's got rancid farts.
Bit goatee, you know.
As a note, because Cloud Kill is a concentration spell, the haste is now dropped on Oboe.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you're aware what happens when haste drops on someone.
Yep.
Oh
no. Let me just throw that up. So, when the spell ends, the target can't move or take any actions until after its next turn as a wave of lethargy sweeps over it.
Wow. Remember that kindness she did you there, Obo? What a betrayal.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
She must be unconscious because the spell just dropped and I feel really tired. I think I'm just going to lay down. But I hope she's okay. Maybe she's been kidnapped by those hands.
Do people have to make the same Constitution saving throw on the start of their turn, or is it on your turn? Or
It's I believe it's. Let me just double check. Let me see if I can
they
throw it
end
up
their
in...
turn in the cloud, they have to make the same throw.
Yeah, I can do that. So that should have come up in the. No, I just rolled it again. Ignore that.
do the little speech bubble next to it. But yeah, it's Cork. You're up.
There we go.
Uh,
That'll help you. So.
First time, or starts its turn.
it starts your turn. So yes, you do take damage again at the start of your turn if you're in there.
I have to make a Constitution. Right, here we go.
Yes.
21. I think I'm fine.
So you take half as much damage instead, and then half again, right?
Half of what damage?
The
original roll.
Is it 5d8? The creature takes 5d8 on a.
I rolled it again a second time and I rolled a 32, but I'm happy to roll it again.
Yeah, we can take that roll. So half of 32, and then halved again.
Because of your bear totem.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank Christ for that. I'm doing fine.
Is it a 5th level spell?
Yeah.
Oh, this is that 5th level spell.
Don't forget,
this
you all
is
have inspiration.
Yep.
Just going to throw this out there, but that is 30 points of damage Cork's taken over the last few turns. Glad I raged.
Nice.
Cork will yell at Seamus, Hobo, and Jessica, be like, Goat, go getting away. Don't let Go get away. She team mascot. I don't. Yeah, right. Gonna smack the big thing. Azrael, help Cork take this thing down. They go deal with Goat.
Got it, Cork. I've got you back.
Yeah,
20.
hits.
That is 25 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then again. That is 18. That's 18 hits.
Yes, it does. My apologies.
And that is 25 damage again.
Nice. So as you hit it, it seems to like the shock pushes through it again. You see it sort of shift to its side and rock back into position again. And that sort of you see the ripples roll through its body and back.
Cork, just because it's what Cork try and do, will move one square along like that. I know the fog cloud moves, but might as well try and get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be Cork's go.
Yep. Azrael, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna move forwards and I'm gonna attack twice with the spear on the big dude who's the only one remaining in the room. Oh, come
That
on!
was so nearly a 20.
That's close.
That was an 11, which is a miss. So I'm going to follow up with another spear attack as I spin it around my body. And that's
that's
that
a
20 I was looking for.
Hey.
Nice.
Well done.
So that is, oh my good God,
No.
8 points of damage.
Cool. So yeah, again, as you hit
I
with the
ain't
spear,
finished
it's no, I was gonna say it's almost like a jellifiedness. It goes in, but it seems to like ripple as it does so and come back out. You know.
Does the monster appear to take any damage? Does it look hurt?
Yeah, it looks like it's taking some damage, but it doesn't seem to be as much as you would expect.
Azrael, jump back, maybe do magic.
So I'm then going to burn a key point because that's what I was going to do. To do flurry of blows. I'm going to take 2 claw attack. So yeah, I've been spinning this spear around me, hitting once, hitting twice, and I'm going to slash with my fist and then do like a roundhouse kick and slash with my toes as well. So two claw attacks. 26.
Yeah, hits.
That does 9 points damage. And then the next one is at 19, which is 28, and does 6 points of damage.
Cool.
And then, extremely cheekily, I'm gonna go and sit on his throne. I'm gonna like perch on the edge, one leg out onto the other knee, and then slam the spear down and just sit there pondering.
Yeah, it's not a throne. It's more like an Iron Maiden that's opened up.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll sit cross-legged in front of it then.
Yeah.
I'm not getting in it. Not getting in it.
Don't sit on his throne. Don't sit on his throne.
I'll sit on the top step.
Yeah.
I mean, I love springing obvious traps, but that seems ridiculous even for me.
This seems like an insult. I shall sit in its spikes.
Yeah. Cool. Seamus, you're up.
So yeah, I am gonna hot-foot it after. Yes, no, not Jessica.
You need to roll me a Constitution save, please.
Yes, I do.
And I will do a very. Just remember, everyone has inspiration at this point.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Yes, your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
I know. So yeah, that's a 19. I think that does it. So what was that? I take 12.
Half. Yeah.
Half of what?
Half 32.
Yeah. Gonna TPK my party. I didn't have to do anything.
Oh, good. That's 16.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah, I'm now down to
No, not
14
sorry.
guys. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also, yeah, that's fine. That's close. So I'm going to spend a key point and do Step of the Wind, I think. Yeah, which means I get dash, which means I can go a little bit further, and now I'm going to do.
Matt, you're lagging out. I don't know about anyone else.
Key point.
Yeah, no, you are lagging out a
So
little for
that'll
me.
be. Sorry. Yeah, my internet. Yeah, not so good. So yeah, sorry. I've spent a key point. I'm now up against Zag, and I'm gonna swing at her. Is it?
You're gonna try and hit me, are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Of course,
Okay.
I'm trying to hit you.
This is fine.
This is fine. Everything's fine. 26.
I use my reaction
26.
to up my armor class by 5.
Does 26 hit you?
What's your armor class?
Unfortunately, yes, it doesn't help.
Good. So, oh, well, that's all right. I do a mighty 6 damage. And then I will follow that up with the unarmed strike. I imagine that does not.
No,
that's
not this time round, I'm
15.
afraid.
No.
It would have if I hadn't have reacted the way I did.
Oh wow. Okay, fine. So I get another attack. So again with the quarterstaff.
No,
Ooh,
11 does not hit.
That is no. Yeah, and then I'll do the unarmed strike again. She's going to get away, guys. She is absolutely going to get away. Okay, so I want to see if I can do anything else. Incredible pace. No, I've already done that. No, I think that is me done. Yeah, no, I'm done.
Cool.
So as the metagaming super pigeon swoops down and coughs, concentration check.
Oh yes.
Flying off again.
Oh yeah.
I think you're actually out of the smoke right now.
I am. Yeah, I was just thinking about my poor compadres.
No, I think if
Please.
Seamus is up here with me, then he's fine.
But
Yeah.
what about Obo and Jessica?
Oh yeah, Obo and
We
Jessica.
can't
Sorry,
kill the
sorry,
emergency elf,
guys.
then we'd have no more emergency elves.
Yeah, yeah. So concentration checks. You did get a hit in, didn't you? So
Yeah, I think Matt got one hit for 6 damage.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
hit for 6 damage. I've
Yes, I
taken
did.
that.
Oh, sorry, me. Yeah, 6.
yeah.
6
So
damage.
if is it a
It's half the damage or a 10.
Yep.
Constitution
Essentially,
saving
the DC is 16 on a Constitution saving throw. If you roll higher than a 16, you take half of 32.
yes? No, he's saying for you to make a concentration save so that the spell doesn't drop.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry, my bad. Just me being a bit. Okay, so
It's fine. You've done so much damage. It's horrendous.
Good job. Good job.
It's almost
So
like
it's
she's been
just-
holding out on us.
Yeah. Waiting.
Okay, so sorry, what am I rolling for this concentration concentration saving throw? Is it
It's
just
a
my
Constitution saving throw,
yeah?
and the DC is 10.
My spell attack I rolled. I don't know if that was correct.
No, you just need to roll your Constitution saving throw.
To make a concentration.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I get advantage made to maintain my concentration on a spell when I take damage.
Mm-hmm.
It says that underneath
Wow.
your saving throws.
Didn't-
So there we go.
Which
Two
helps rolling the
21s.
same number twice.
Oh, wow.
21s. Nice.
That was a bit weird. But yeah. Sorry, it's still up.
So Obo, your turn. I think this turn you can just take damage, right?
I am collapsed. 'Cause I am on the floor.
So you need to make a con save as well, please.
Okay.
See if you take half or full.
The turtle is having a nap.
Yeah.
It's been a busy
When you
day.
said you were collapsed on the floor, I thought you'd gone down to 0.
No, I'm fatigued, so I can't do anything this round.
So you take half of 32 as well damage because you passed your save. Yeska, your turn. Could you make a Constitution save throw for me, please, as well?
22. Okay.
Yeah, you pass, so you take half damage, but you're free to do your action now.
Hold on. I think that's it. Okay. And they went through this door?
She went south, yes.
Yeah.
So she went here. Okay. So I'm going to go through here. And did I see which way they went?
If you're walking south, you can see them to the east.
Okay. So can I come...
the pool room.
I can come down here.
Yep.
And then... Now I have to use Seamus as my guide instead of Fork as my guide.
Oh, a critical fail is coming up.
Shot to the kneecap.
Yeah.
So, oh, this is so hard. Where's the tall guy when you need him?
It's so difficult when you don't have Cork to guide you.
It really is. He's a very handy orc. And then I'll just do 2 shots with my my longbow. So that's 12.
12 does not hit.
Did not hit. And then my
You're
next
just this immortal mage.
An 18. Does a beat it?
Yes.
So she's got the 18, my AC is 18 to go for it.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Alright. And that's 4 piercing.
Ouch. I'm good at not being hit. I'm not very good at being hit. I'm still a wizard, guys.
The Tomb Guardian is once again gonna pick up Cork and try to slam him into the ground. And does not. Probably just isn't able to grab you to pick you up. But he's going to do it again. 25 for 18 bludgeoning damage. So yeah, he just picks you up and slams you into the ground once more.
A minute, Chav Hunter just said meet it or bleat it, and I'm dying. I'm deceased.
Yeah, that's it. Done. Love it.
Oh man.
Yep. And then Zakmira, you're up.
Oh yes, thank goodness.
So on your turn, moves 10 feet towards.
Yeah, 10 feet away from where I was.
Yes.
So it's essentially like I've just gone whoom.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what I would like to do is I would like to cast a spell of unknown and unnamed origin.
Yep.
On Seamus, who's in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And how far away am I from this pool?
You're literally right next to it.
Okay. I'ma just go straight in it. Just that would be my move action. Just in the pool. I'm gone.
So Matt, can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Sure. Do I not get my attack of opportunity?
You will.
Maybe.
But you'd need to do the wisdom saving throw first of all.
Fine, no problem. Wisdom saving throw.
Incidentally, because this is also a concentration spell.
14.
The other concentration spell will stop.
What's your spell DC?
The spell DC on this is 16.
16. Okay.
Hey Matt.
Yeah.
Do you remember that thing you've got?
Oh, inspiration. Yeah, thanks. I will roll that again. Oh my god, I'm terrible for that. Yeah, I'll do that again. What was it? Wisdom?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
17.
He beats it.
Yeah. Nice.
So yeah, that's you've just passed that. So yeah, you do get a attack of opportunity as Agmira jumps into the pool itself.
Sweet. Come on. Roll good. Roll good. That's not good. That's
Roll
11.
better.
Roll better.
Unfortunately, no.
Right. Oh, but you don't have your extra DC. AC
No, I
anymore.
don't, but it still doesn't
That still
beat
doesn't
my
do it.
regular AC.
Okay, fine. Good.
So yeah, she leaps into the pool itself and disappears. Actually, no, I'm gonna.
Okay. She gone.
I'm gone.
What I'll do. It's Cork's turn.
And Cork is no longer in the gas.
Huzzah! The gas is gone. Long live the gas. No.
Cork is just very happily gonna keep smacking this thing. Does a 13.
It does not. No.
I did not think it would. I will then roll a second round. Cork might be getting tired. That's going to do it even. I have missed.
Amazing.
Cork will then move to the opposite side of the giant monster and brace.
Brace, yeah.
That's Cork
Cool.
done. Boy, I hope we've got some health potions or something, guys. I don't think we do.
No.
Right.
You do not pay for that.
Azrael, you're up.
Okay, seeing as the old spear attacks weren't doing so much as much damage as I thought they might be doing, I'm going to stay where I am, and I'm going to raise my hands up and I'm going to glow with beam of radiant energy, and I thrust them forward, and it's going to zoom out like Iron Man, doing the old double palm maneuver. And I'm going to roll a hit with guiding bolt, and that hits armor class 20.
Nice, yeah, hits.
And that does 23 points of damage.
Nice. How would you like to do this?
I'm just going to melt a hole straight over the top of him, because if I melt it through the
I was about to say, can you take some damage, please?
I'll slowly build the beam up so it melts all across his chest until it hits me in the head, and then just the last sort of the bit just overloads at the end and blasts him completely into smithereens.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, and the room has a sort of strange odor in it still from the gas.
Can I move?
Yes, certainly.
I just want to. So I've still got my bonus action as well. So I'm essentially going to double move. I'm just going to go full 100 feet to see if I can find Zagmira.
Yeah, sure, certainly.
So I can get to past where Seamus is. Where's she gone, Seamus? Where is she?
She went down in the well, in the font, in the water. I couldn't stop her.
Okay. Right.
The goat that
Not quite,
swims.
You guys jump in.
I don't know. Am I feeling that reckless? Am I feeling that reckless?
I did just try to kill you.
You
just gashed your friends, man.
In no short words.
The answer to that question is yes, I am feeling that reckless.
Amazing.
I was going to say just put a lid over at the top so she can't
It's even better.
We're just going to use oboe as the lid. Just shell down.
So,
Famous.
as
In your
butt
magical
down.
cloak, do you have anything?
So as you jump into the water itself, you sort of start sinking into the font, and it seems to go on further than what you'd expect the water level to go. And then you see in front of you something that I will tell you when we get back from the break.
Oh, you little tease.
So just as a point of order, because this is where all the rules lawyers come out and everything, because it's player versus player. I'm using feline agility to move the 100 feet, so I still have a bonus action if I get to Zagmira.
Okay. Nice.
All right.
I have a spell slot still free for Bernie.
It's okay. This is another round, so I still have my reaction left.
We're going to see some just magical combat underwater soon.
Bring
This
it.
sounds amazing.
Bernie versus the Shield.
I have a question. Can you cast Fireball underwater? Asking for a friend?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a character that would definitely give it a go.
Yes, yes, that would.
It'd have to be like half damage or something.
Yeah.
Rules later.
Yeah, I set
I
fire
can't
to a
believe I
logging
take a
camp.
week off, come back, and then it's PvP.
Yeah.
What the hell did you do last session?
I got turned into a goat.
Yeah.
I got turned into a goat last session. That's
Goat
what.
stuff happened. Yeah. She's still a bit.
Right, so we have also got a giveaway that we're going to be doing during the break as well. Do we have a Nightbot word that we're going to dump in, or are we going to think one up?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be betrayal.
Goat or
Goat.
betrayal.
Betrayal.
Yes.
Why is this suddenly feeling like our Pathfinder's game?
Ours had four sessions of build up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've had
Yours gets a betrayal every other week.
If I was like a member of that party, I would not allow any of the guests into my party. It'd be like, no, we're all right, thanks.
Bye now.
I mean, for the last 4 sessions, you've killed all of the hired workers she had. You've turned her into a goat. You've covered her in wine more than once.
Hey! We didn't turn you into a goat. That was the other guy.
The Dragonborn Paladin.
Dragonborn.
I'm a goat.
To be absolutely fair, we did technically let her get poisoned first.
Yeah, so exclamation mark betrayal into chat to have a chance of winning. Are we going to tell them what they've got a chance to win, or are we just going to announce what they've won once they've...
No, you have to
technically it's in the thing.
Okay,
And
so...
it's in the link as well.
Oh, okay, perfect. So yeah, our guest from last
technically
session,
it's
Alan...
slightly wrong.
Oh, is it? He has I think it's a copy of the first chapter of his Adventures League document that he's...
Yeah, so it's part of Dungeons and Dragons Adventurers League. It is 10-01. It is the first chapter of the Frozen North, which is a Plague of Ancients, or a Plague of Ancients adventure, the Frozen North. It's not written by Alan Patrick, but because he's one of the head guys at Adventurers League, he's given that to us to pass on to you guys as a competition. So we'll pull the draw. We're going to go get a drink, go get some snacks. We'll be about 2 minutes, and when we come back, we will pull a lucky winner.
Yeah, cool. See you shortly.
Yeah.
See you in a bit.
Hi, everybody. I'm George.
And I'm Bob.
And I'm George.
And we're the shipping goblins from Beetle and Grimm.
And today, we're selling the nameless thing in the cellar.
Stop it. Today, we're here to sell...
It creeps. It crawls. It whispers.
Shut up, George. We can't sell the nameless thing in the cellar.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, it has no name, which is a marketing challenge. Ask the Supreme Marketing Goblin.
Fair point.
And it's gotta stay in the cellar because it's horrible and murderous.
Well, too late for that.
What?
Yep. It's been whispering to me every night for weeks now, down deep in my dreams. And I finally obeyed. Popped open the door this morning.
Popped?
Yep, popped. Out it went. Could be anywhere now, Bob. And it whispered wonderful, terrifying things. Most about killing you.
Now for sale. Nameless thing in the cellar. Murdering comes free.
Thank you, Level Up TV. That was very nice of you. Thank you. Nice to see you here. Hello, Level Up TV people. This is Band of Badgers. I'm Dave. Joe's gone for a walk. Our DM's disappeared. So is Cork, because there's loads of stuff going on. But you've arrived just in time for this week's giveaway. Steve,
Yeah.
can you tell them what to do in their giveaway?
Yes. So if you enter !betrayal into chat, you'll be entered and stand a chance of winning a D&D Adventurers League first chapter of Frozen North.
We've been
So
ready.
there's the keyword is betrayal, and put that in the chat, and we'll enter you into the giveaway.
Hello, Level Up TV. Thanks for
Hello.
reading us as well. Oh no, Level Up TTV.
TTV. So, Level Up, who is it? Who are you by name? Who you got?
Tell
Is
us
it
your
Sean?
name.
Is it
So that we can use it in Fey magic again.
Atlanta? Lecter? Sean? Let us know.
And
Thank you
also,
very
for everyone
much.
that's just raided us, if you didn't catch it, drop !betrayal.
We did that. You weren't here.
I know.
Yeah.
I was downstairs getting important things.
The club.
Yeah.
Thank you, Baron Snowhand. Just gifted a sub to.
You gave me a sub.
There you go.
I feel special. You also said I should get inspiration for betraying you all.
No, not unless they vote for it.
I
You
like
keep-
this,
you keep-
Baron.
You can keep adding inspiration to the chat. You can keep buying it. That's
Yep,
fine
that's
for you
true.
to do.
That's ways to give her inspiration.
Yeah.
Ah,
So remember, betrayal.
If I might forget to put them in the list.
Exclamation mark betrayal into live chat for your chance to win chapter 1 of a Dungeons and Dragons Adventures League, and it ties in with Frostmaiden. So put it into chat, and we are restarting our inspiration. Bearded Fortress, thank you for following. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us.
Oh,
Come on,
that
Joe,
was-
over to you. You're back. I don't know why I'm doing
Right.
it.
Yeah. I'm writing messages, secret messages. So.
Messages.
Yeah. Do we want to crank the bot and see who's won?
Crank that bot.
2 seconds. I'm just going to post a link to what we're giving away.
Remember, it is exclamation mark betrayal. To be in with a chance to win.
If you
I
want to
even
find
love
out more about it.
the little setup you did by giving Oboe haste, which just off the top
Yeah,
of
that
my
was
head
good.
is not. It's more useful for other party members, but you were just standing next to him anyway. So I was like, I didn't really think of it. And then Gas Cloud, I was like,
Uh-oh.
oh,
Yeah.
she's getting not just the enemies of me, but all of my allies. I think she's trying to kill us.
Yeah.
It's one of the few tricks that not a lot of people know. Like haste literally keeps someone completely still for an entire round, so you can use it offensively by just putting it on someone and then going nah and
Nah,
taking it off.
I'm done.
Then they just kind of go for like a whole 6 seconds, and it's like
Good.
Give the murder hobo haste.
yeah.
Okay, all right. We ready? We're going to roll this.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think we're still waiting for our emergency elf.
Mr.
Mr.
Chelly.
Chelly has won the giveaway.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Congrats.
Yeah, Whisper, one of our lovely moderators, or any one of us here, a Whisper with your email address and your full name.
No, no,
Just
no.
need the email address, don't we?
no,
No,
no.
We'll just send the code out.
Yep.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
We have codes now. We've moved up to the digital age. You will get instant,
Wow.
How modern and
instant
fancy.
win.
Instant gratification.
In 2021.
You don't have to worry about delivery of parcels and waiting times, and stuff like that. Just have
D&D
the thing.
Dice, thank you for following.
Yep,
Lovely to have you here.
nice.
Okay,
Thank you.
Cool.
I'm ready to kill everybody.
Yeah, we don't have our emergency help, but we will carry on until she turns up. So yeah, Azrael, as you jump into the pool of water, you sort of fall down through the water itself for quite a way, and then you appear into a corridor, and to the north of you, you just managed to catch a glimpse of Zagmira disappearing through a wall. And to the east, you see another large, open-moored, demon-looking effigy you've seen previously. And to the west, there is a large, open room. And I can pop you on the map.
So, bearing in mind, most of the party's not going to see what Azrael now sees, so we're going to need some description here.
Right. Okay. How far away was she from me?
As you landed on the ground, you literally saw the back of her disappearing into the wall.
Okay, she's actually just disappeared into the wall. Fair enough.
And I will pop you on.
I mean,
Yep.
Hold on.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
goatee clip
A
clop.
goatee evil laugh. I like it.
While
Evil goat.
while this all happens, I'm
Yeah,
just
why not?
helping Obo up to his feet.
Am I conscious?
Yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah.
What happened, Cork?
Rough day. Gas cloud, betrayal, giant dwarf thing. Cork a bit battered, to be honest. I think the cat's gone down the well.
Did the cat go down the what happened? Like, is she okay? Did she
I
get
think the
kidnapped
cat
by
and the
something?
goat went down the well.
Why? Were they kidnapped? There was a bad smell and I saw a lot of gas and then I don't know, I must have passed out. I feel really tired.
I'll be honest. I think the goat betrayed us.
The goat?
Ba-ba-ba.
Billy Goat Gruff betray us.
Okay.
If only we had Zagmira the wizard human here. She'd know what to do.
Well, isn't she the goat?
Zagmira was a goat all along?
Well, no, you just told me it was the goat.
Yeah,
I don't think the two of us should be left
goat
alone.
Zagmira went down well. Cork thought it was suspicious they had same name.
Oh. Oh dear. Okay, well, I don't know. Where did everybody else go?
They gone south. We're waiting to find out what happened to Cat Goat right now.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm still a little bit shaky, but you can go on.
Cork will kind of give him an arm to help kind of carry him along and hold
Cheers,
him
Cork.
while the next act unfolds.
So, what are the rest of you? Are the rest of you basically running and jumping into this font as well, or are you going down the stairs, or what's your plans?
I don't know. I would probably follow Azrael down the well, and yeah, as Cork and Obo come into view or come around the corner, I'll just very briefly and very quickly explain what's happened and jump in the well.
Cool. And would the rest of you follow Seamus as well, I'm assuming, or are you?
We will follow Seamus.
Cool.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
What I'll do then is pop you all over to the...
I'm just standing by the way. Everyone's jumped in except for me. I'm not a fucking sea turtle. I can't swim. Don't you know that? I'll just go down the stairs.
Cork will
I'll find out
poke his
where
head
they are.
back
They must
up,
have gone down
realising
somehow.
Okay. And Cork will go down the stairs with Obo.
You going down the stairs? Okay.
I will also go down the stairs.
Right.
Don't you know? Never split the party.
Hey, I tried.
So yeah, Seamus, you land on the ground next to Azrael, and the rest of you guys, you sort of walk down these stairs. I can let you know what you see. You actually, at the bottom of the stairs, notice another plaque, which is much like the others, and I've put the handout in your Your sheet
So-
should be Asarak's third warding.
Would we be up here on just at the bottom of this staircase?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the stairs down, and then you've got another set of stairs further down on the north as well.
Cool. So
If someone would like to read out Asarak's third warning,
I
that'd
can
be cool.
read out Asarak's third one. Let's have a look. I have it here. Look, shiny plaque says, "Death to fire, dine or drown. Ooh. Precious air and falling sand. The army sleeps in silence. The mirror holds 12. Find the iron scepter's twin. The maze holds the key." That doesn't rhyme. It's not a good poem, guys. It might be a good riddle, though.
So you can see beyond the staircase itself and down into the middle of the room. And at the bottom of the grand staircase, a resonant mechanical rumbling emanates from a dark shaft opening up in the middle of this chamber's floor. 4 cylindrical stone pedestals surround the shaft, and each has a 10-foot tall, 5-foot wide, featuring a tiny slot in the side of it. And the top of each pedestal is a large 4-armed gargoyle. So you've got 4 large pedestals standing at the top here with gargoyles on them. And Cork, as you round the corner, you can actually see Seamus and Azrael standing there.
They there, guys. They there. We gotta go help.
So yeah, as I fall to the floor, I turn to Azrael and ask, "Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Did you see her?"
She stepped through that wall in front of me.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Just moved down the stairs.
Cool. So, as you walk past the gargoyles, you notice that each one is on a square made with a metallic tile, and embedded on the top of the pedestal, there's also another metallic tile. The northernmost pedestal has a copper, and the one to its right, where you are, has silver, and the other 2 you can see have got gold and platinum.
Oh, that's like the money we have. Cork.
Sorry, Joe. What did you say they were?
Gargoyles on top of pedestals that have got a small slit cut in the side of them.
Yeah, but the different metals, is that what they're made out of?
Copper, silver, gold, and platinum on the bit on the top of the plinth.
Okay, fine.
What do we do? Do we try and do this right now, or do we find gold right now?
Well, I think me and Azrael are kind of about to try and storm this wall.
Let's do that then.
Okay, I'd like to stealth, please.
Yeah, certainly.
That's a 20. 21 in total.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough, yeah. 21 in total, not 20 in total. I can't add up. I'm going to
certainly.
do what Zagmira did and step through the wall.
Yeah. Certainly, I can let you know what's inside there. If Seamus wants to join her, then you're more than welcome to do so.
Yeah, we're going in. We're storming the wall.
All right. Is anyone else wanting to run round and run through following them, or are they...
Can I hear them from the opposite side of the wall? Where you go?
You can see them, yeah, and then you can see them disappearing into the wall itself.
Okay, I can wait here.
Can we make it there in time?
I'd say that you can run after them and get in as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a secret. There's just a wall. There isn't the space itself is tiny, so we're just going to say that you can all fit into that said space.
Okay.
All right.
And as you run in, you
Bit
do
cozy.
notice. You do notice Zagmira standing in the room. And did the first person that walks into the room, you wanted to greet them, I believe.
Yeah. Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh dear.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh yes,
Oh.
because he's sneaky.
Did I see him?
18. It doesn't beat his stealth, so I would say no.
Damn it.
So, do I see her, or is she invisible? or
Yeah,
anything?
she's standing in the middle of the room, and the room itself. I can describe what it says. The walls are scribed with relief carvings showing volcanoes and cities set ablaze. Rows of tiny holes are bored into the floor and 10-foot high ceiling. A human skeleton embedded in the opposite wall holds an iron sconce with a burning red candle sat in it, alight. And yeah, so you're currently just all standing in this small. It's like a 10-foot by 10-foot room that you're all sort of squeezed into.
Can I'd like to do non-lethal combat if I can,
Yeah.
and just blatter with spear and fist, try and knock her unconscious.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Okay, so first spear attack is a 21,
Yep, that's gonna hit.
and that is for 8 points of damage. This is non-lethal, so I
Okay.
think does that work out that a quarter of it is real damage. And then next spear attack is a 19,
Yep, that hits.
doing 7 points of damage.
Mhm.
And then the last one, which is a claw attack, is 24, doing 8 points of damage. So that's 23 in total.
Nice.
23 in total.
And a quarter of that is real, which would be 5.
Cool.
Does that knock her out, or is she still
Yeah,
standing?
that's gonna knock me out. I don't really know how that's gonna work. If 5 of it's real, I have 18 points left, and it was 20. It was how much?
23.
That 23
23.
damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. So if you go to 0 hit points, you're just stunned rather than dead, right?
hold on a second.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exactly on the nose. So yeah, I'm literally 0 hit points, dead on, -5.
Well,
Dead
if
on.
you- so yeah, the damage will take you to unconsciousness, but in terms of
Actual
you can be
damage, it was just
working
5.
with- yeah, correct. Yeah.
She,
That's
because Asriel specifically said he was doing
Yeah.
non-lethal, you also wouldn't need to make death save or anything like that.
Yeah, that's what I
Knocked
wanted.
the goat out. But yeah, no, I'm knocked out.
And then
Okay,
I'd like
okay.
to whip a rope out and tie her up, please.
Yeah, sure.
Not to take this in any untoward situation, but some of her spells may be vocal. Shall we gag the goat?
Yep.
My reign of terror has almost come to an end.
Almost.
The party will feast on roast mutton tonight.
Ah, yes. Good times.
Fine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, stuff an old sock in her face as well, please.
Nice.
Ah, gross.
Ugh.
It won't be one of mine because cats don't wear socks.
Have one, of course.
Yes, Cork, give us your sock.
No. Oh,
Give us your
no.
grunties.
So yeah, as all this is happening, once you all walk in, you do hear the sort of sound of stone on stone as a door descends behind you and shuts you into the room.
Roll.
Ruh-roh, indeed.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to have a look around and see where I am.
Yeah.
Oh, see where we are, sorry.
Sorry, while I was doing
Oh,
that, the wall that we walked through, the illusory wall that we walked through, is now covered with an actual wall.
That's correct, yes.
Right. Awesome.
Oh,
times.
I don't want to
Cork
be.
will walk up and just knock on the new wall. Donk, donk.
Yeah, again, it has depictions of cities being melted and burnt away by lava.
Oh, that's encouraging. Yes, being bound and gagged in a room with lava like pictures on the wall. Great.
Ah. I always like my lamb cooked.
Mm-hmm.
How about char grilled?
Yeah, and you just get this sound of the person you spoke to previously. It's just like, good luck. Just sort of echoes through the room.
Oh, that bloody trap maker. Right.
Yeah. Ooh, find traps.
So, yes, I don't know if you remember before, but the you wasn't here, Jessica. Unfortunately, find traps doesn't really seem to give you any senses of any traps. It kind of we were likened it to spider senses before, and your spider senses are sort of off.
No, I was just reading the description of the spell.
Oh, okay.
Cork will quickly remember this and go, don't teleport, don't misstep, don't do any warping thing where you might disappear and reappear, because Sarkis brought weird tentacle monster back with him when he reappeared. Cork had to smash a tentacle monster to death.
And there's just not enough room in this, crowded room.
With an unconscious bound goat.
Are we in the crowded room with them, or are we outside?
Yeah, you're all in this. You all walked into the crowded room together.
Oh, okay.
There just isn't space to. I mean, I can put you all on top of each other so you can see what's going on inside.
Okay.
Well, we could see from where we were.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the walls are scribed with relief carvings showing volcanoes of cities ablaze, and there's tiny holes in the ceiling and floor. A human skeleton embedded in the opposing wall holds a burning red candle in its hand.
Well, this could be an instant TPK.
Anyone would like to investigate anything in particular or do anything? I can.
Who's good at finding stuff?
Not I, said the little red hen.
Is there anything obvious that stands out? I mean, there's a lot of people in the way, and as I move you over, it's like, excuse me, can I just scoot past? Can you just move? Please? I just want to get out of the fucking lift. Can I just move? The door isn't opened. Can anyone push the button? Can I? Do I see anything else apart from this red candle?
No. There's, as I say, a skeleton that you can investigate if you wish to do so. There's a candle you can investigate. There's the
if
carvings
I
on
can
the
investigate
wall,
both, I'll investigate both. Like,
before he does that, I'm going to drop a guidance on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I will assist with his investigation. Actually, no, I'm going to... I know what I'm going to do. With the goat now bound, gagged, fingers like intermeshed so they can't do anything, Cork's going to get his big old sack that he's always had, and he has always had, and he's just going to put the goat in there and tie it up and then start carrying the goat around.
Why? I'm so glad I'm unconscious for all of this.
So you investigating the skeleton, did you say, Dave? Or the...
Yep.
So
I'll do both. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'll do one at a time. I'm looking at the skeleton.
You get an extra D4 to that roll.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got 18. Do I pass?
Yeah,
Or do
that's
I
fine.
need a D4?
So the skeleton, you notice, has got the same sort of robes as the withers that you met previously. He seems to be dressed in a similar fashion, and yeah, his hand is just held out like this with the red candle sitting on top of it.
Does the skeleton have two hands?
Yes.
Okay, and then I'll just reach out and pick up the candle, like.
Yeah. So picking up the candle, it looks like it melts, but it doesn't seem to have to move down. The wax doesn't seem on the top section. Doesn't seem to melt. but yeah, it still has wax sort of
Is
dripping
it-
down the side of it. It's
Hot to the touch, like?
it is, yeah.
Oh. Is it a nice candlestick holder as well?
No, it was literally just sat on the hand of the skeleton.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to say
Everybody's
I'll take it and
looking
I'll
pretty.
try it around. I say, look, I got a candle.
Everybody's looking pretty beaten up at this part, aren't they? So whilst we're all sort of searching the room and stuff like that, because I believe that takes 10 minutes, I'm going to cast.
It won't take
prayer.
10 minutes in this room. Have you seen how small it is?
Gonna cast.
While we're here, I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing.
yeah, certainly.
Which will heal up to 6 creatures of my choice. So that's everyone except the goat. And it's 2d8 plus 4. So let me click on the spell and see if it will work it, if I can work it on Roll20.
What you can, you've obviously got the dice symbol in the top left-hand corner. You could click 2d8s on there, and then you could just add 4 on top.
Yeah.
Everybody gets 8 hit points back. Well,
Except the goat.
except the goat.
Cork will just casually, if the goat gets it, Cork will just casually lean back on the wall with the goat. It's like, nah, won't have them for long. Thank you. You've put me up to 69 hit points. Nice.
Nice.
So yeah, what are you up to with this candle or the walls? Anyone want to investigate anything else? Or...
Yeah, can I? So I've investigated the skeleton. No, the candle. Can I have a look at the skeleton?
Yeah, certainly.
All right.
I did both. I did check
did
him
you?
out. He's got both his hands.
Yeah, he had a look at the
Oh.
skeleton and the candle itself.
But I found this candle, like, and this is quite interesting. And I'll try and blow it out.
Yeah. So as you do so, the room becomes darkened, but everyone that's got dark vision can still see, and you start to see a glowingness coming from above you through the holes above. So can everyone make a DC 20 dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Do I just naturally fail it because I'm unconscious and bound and gagged in a bag that used
yeah.
to contain goblins?
Would it depend on how well I do?
Yeah, I'd say yeah. Let's see how well Chris does, and then we'll have a.
Oh.
Like Mirror is having a bad day.
Dexterity saving throw, yeah?
Yes, please.
Can I hold the bag up to the ceiling?
Zagmira took a calculated risk, but boy, is she bad at math.
If I see this coming, I'll get advantage, yeah?
Yes. So if you have dark vision or whatever you, then I'd say you can. So everyone that failed, can you take 22 damage? And everyone that passed, can you take half of that, please?
What was the DC?
Right. Do I take
20.
22 damage?
Yeah.
I passed, so you might... I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say because Cork's carrying you, you can take half as well.
Oh, nice.
But you're
no
at 0
longer
anyway, aren't you?
69. Not nice.
Yeah, I still have to do saves. I'm now dying.
Dying in a bag.
Dying in a bag. What a way to go. What a way to go.
What happened?
So lava basically starts descending from the holes above you, and hitting you, and it then just runs into the holes that are on the floor. But because Dave blew out said candle, you all seem to the room sort of shifts, and you appear in another cell. That is, let's have a look. You teleport to another room, and the oxygen in here seems thin, and you start to suffocate. So you immediately begin to choke as you're teleported into a room with no light or sound or air.
Amazing.
Well, that's what you always wanted for Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean,
And even those that have Let's have a look. So the creatures that can see in the dark, you can see sculpted reliefs on the wall of this dark cell showing tornadoes uprooting trees, tearing cities apart, and an Aarakocra skeleton embedded on one of the walls holds another unlit red candle.
The burb didn't make it.
I'll
If
cast Word of Radiance to try and light the candle.
Yes, certainly. So you can certainly try and light the candle, but unfortunately it doesn't light.
if I cast Wind Wall, will that give us air?
That's a good question.
It's a pretty inspiration.
Yeah. So I would allow you to cast that, and Grant, and to fill the room with air.
Yep,
And
okay.
I agree. I will give you inspiration for that.
Yeah.
Yay!
Thank you.
Yeah. So
It's
I've
been a bad
cast.
day for that.
It's been a terrible day.
All right, it gives me.
So yeah, the room fills with air.
Light the candle, 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 light the candle.
Now I light the candle.
Yeah. So the candle it flickers on, and it just starts dancing in the wind. And nothing else happens.
Ruh-roh. Okay. Riddle said, death to fire, dine or drown. Dining meant candlelight, and death to fire was lava. Next line is precious air and falling sand. Anybody got anything from precious air and falling sand? Cork, slightly concerned.
The wind is my air.
It says falling sand. What is on the ceiling above us?
So it just says a sculpted reliefs on the walls of the dark cell show tornadoes uprooting trees and tearing cities apart. An Aarakocra skeleton is embedded in one of the walls and holds an iron sconce bearing an unlit red candle. There aren't any holes or anything that you can see in the floors or ceilings.
Cork will pick up the sconce with the candle in it and see if that does anything.
Yeah, so you're now holding a little red candle on a sconce.
Okay. Cork will knock on the wall with the Aarakocra on it.
Yeah, so you just hear like a thudding sound of the limestone wall, much like when you knocked on the previous.
If Cork... Okay. Is there anything on the floor that Cork might spot?
Just the bones of the Aarakocra.
Oh, the bones are on the floor.
They're sort of embedded into the wall, and sort of it's like as if it was sort of sitting against the wall with the, it's got like bones sticking out from said wall.
If Cork knocks on all the walls, do they all sound the same?
Yes.
The Aarakocra. Uprooted trees were wind, uprooted trees. Cork's tempted to smash the wall with the mall. Or the goat.
hit the wall with the goat.
Oh dear.
Anybody? Any other idea?
I just like the fact that chat is now talking about how the best way to cook goat.
Yeah, it's kind of terrifying.
That's good. Unless it's death to fire again. We blew out the candle once and teleported here. If we blow out the candle again, does that mean we teleport somewhere else?
Well, in that case, you should pick up the candle. I
I've
got
got
my
a
one.
Of course, got a candle.
Okay. So maybe
Because
blow it out, see what happens.
yours is not lit at the moment, is it, Obo?
No.
Should we
I've
try
blown mine
lighting that one as well?
Candle. Do you want
Oh.
to light it?
Yeah, let's light the other candle as well.
Yeah, so lighting the other candle, you've now got 2 lit candles in your room. Yeah.
Let's complete this sequence. Let's put them both out.
Someone?
Yeah. I mean, that's the.
Hey, let's do that then. Yeah, blow them both
Yeah.
out.
Make a wish.
If only.
Yeah.
So yeah, the candles go out once more, leaving you in darkness.
In darkness.
But still in the same room.
Yeah.
I walk forward the door. I close my eyes and walk towards. I will turn around and try to walk backwards, believing it's not there.
So, Joe, you said there were. You said there
Nothing.
were.
Hang
You
on,
see that
let's resolve
nothing?
what Dave just said.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Would you say you're
sorry.
just trying to
My
walk
bad.
into the wall backwards?
Yeah, with my eyes closed, believing it's not there.
So yeah, as you do so, your shell just grates against the sandstone walls.
Yeah, they're definitely real walls.
So
Sandstone walls.
Well, limestone, whatever, just the walls.
Okay, so there's 4 walls in here, and they're all showing bas reliefs of trees being uprooted by wind.
That's correct. Apart from one's got a Aarakocra skeleton sort of half embedded in it.
Maybe he tried to walk through and he got stuck. But then that doesn't make sense because why is he sitting down?
Can Cork try and pull the bones out the wall?
Yeah, you can try and grab hold of them if you wish.
Well, where was the candle? Was the candle on the floor?
It was in the hand once
It was
again
in the
of
hand,
the
right?
Aarakocra.
Okay.
they're
Maybe
bones
we
in the
light
hand,
the
they're
candle
bones
and
in the
then
hand.
put it back, because we had the candle when it was lit. Yeah. So
I mean-
why don't we light the candle and put it back in the Aarakocra's hand, and then after that you can try pulling the wall down.
Or walk through the wall, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, lighting the candle, putting it back in the hand of the Aarakocra, it just sits there.
It seems
Yeah.
to me like that he got here the same way we did. It's the same
He's
candle.
embedded in the wall, though.
Yeah, but the question is not how did he get the candle. The question is how did he get into the wall.
If Cork holds onto the candle, or takes the candle again, and tries to push through the wall that the Aarakocra was in. Is that
You're
right?
muted.
Nope, muted.
Oh,
Am
sorry. No, I was.
Oh.
So I was taking a bite of my club, so I didn't want to hear crunching noises. So as you grab hold of the arm of the Aarakocra, it basically just disattaches and breaks halfway through, and you hear the sounds of air escaping from the bones themselves. There's like hissing, rushing air noises. And as the air fills the room, you get teleported once more, and you appear in another room. So one moment. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. So you appear in a large chamber filled with terracotta soldiers. The Terracotta Warriors kneeling in neat ranks around a polished wooden coffin. Between the warriors, 4 aisles scattered with broken pottery lead up to the coffin, whose painted lid shows a leopard with serpents sprouting from its shoulders. Can you each roll me a d6, please?
Do I
Just
also
a-
have
just
to
a
roll
D6.
D6?
Yep, 1d6. No, Cork. You'll go wherever Cork goes. So.
Sweet.
Oh, right.
So,
Right, and what
Seamus.
is it?
4.
That's real. Okay.
Could you each shout out for me, Azrael? What did you get?
3.
Gonna die.
Cool.
I'm going back and I'm gonna
And
die.
Jessica?
4.
Cool. And Cork?
Oh, boy. Cork, 3.
Cool. And Zegmira's going to go with you. And Obo?
I got a 4.
Wow. So it's just poor Seamus down by himself.
Oh,
So yeah, you find yourself in a room full of terracotta warriors and broken terracotta pieces. and a large sarcophagus in the middle of the room.
Cork's just holding an arm, a skeletal arm, holding a candle. Just
with a bag of goat on your shoulder like a weird Santa.
Santa's done weird things this year.
Weird Santa is the alternative name for this campaign.
And Azrael, in your head, you hear Wongo say to you, "Do you know what would be good fun? Would be to smash as many of those Terracotta Warriors as possible, as quickly as possible."
I was thinking exactly the same thing. I just start swinging the spear around in wide arcs, shattering the nearest ones to me, and I'll then move towards the sarcophagus. Just sweeping out in wide arcs with my spear.
So as you hit the first one, the rest all turn and they half pull their swords and sort of turn to look at you.
Please don't do that again.
Cork will hide behind the goat bag.
How
Okay.
tall? Go on, sorry.
I go full on into super speed mode and another spear attack on another one, another spear attack on another one. I do roundhouses, I do claw attacks. I'm just gonna go to town.
Jesus. Cool. How tall's this room?
This room is
You're gonna have to swing a goat in.
Oh, there's an idea.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't say so. They would be 60 foot tall.
The room.
Yes.
And how tall are the Terracotta Warriors?
They're not 60 foot tall.
Oh, thank God.
No, they're sort of human size.
Okay.
So the cat's gone and killed us.
Yep.
No, so the first sort of two that would be in front of you, you just smash your staff straight through them, and they just splinter and disintegrate into tiny pieces. But as you do so, as you sort of go to swing, the rest of them draw their swords. But as you hit the first two and the sound of the shattering Terracotta Warriors, the rest of them actually draw their swords out completely and all just in one unison all sort of stand to attention with their swords out in front of them.
That's intimidating.
Here's the hint for this particular room, I bet. The army sleeps in silence.
Not anymore, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm unconscious for all of this.
You won't be feeling anything soon.
This is the best way to go.
So, I'm not gonna roll initiative for this because they are all terracotta and they literally just smash into pieces. So you could go ham and smash all these up. It would seem like just a bit of a waste of our time. So you can just say that you all go 8 and just start smashing into these. 'Cause I'm assuming Cork would have a field day with hitting into each one of these, but they've literally got like 2-3 hit points each. So
okay.
Cork swings the bag around. Just
we could just hand wave the room and say that you go ham and smash into all these terracotta warriors. And once you do so, the room.
I am
is
not
just...
a battering ram.
So we're tenderizing the meat. Excellent.
But you
I think
so
I
hard.
think I've just moved all your character tokens onto the gym now, have I?
Oh.
Can you see your characters?
No.
Yeah, no,
No, it's
my
all
bad.
gone black.
My bad. I highlighted all of them and highlighted you guys as well.
I can see me.
Yeah, these things. So yes, the room is once more silent, and there's just a sarcophagus and loads of terracotta distributed about the place.
Cool. All right, well, I think Seamus will go up and have a look at the sarcophagus.
Yeah, certainly. So I can tell you as well is when you the way you've entered is a sort of teleportation circle, and each one of them has a different rune on it, and the one to the north seems to be sparking and fizzing regularly at regular intervals. And the coffin itself, it just looks like a. Let's have a look. It just looks like a normal coffin. It has markings around the outside of a Terracotta Warriors, and from the outside you can actually hear a faint sort of musical sounds. You can't really make up too much, but it's just like tinny musical noises coming from inside.
Cork is just battered at the moment. He's not the worst out of everyone that's here. But he's going to be a bit timid, as his voice in his head would usually make him a bit timid. So he's not going to be very keen on opening another sarcophagus right now. He's happy with his goat.
Is the 48 actually in the room, or is that?
Oh no, I think that's not for us.
Okay. Is there anything on the outside of the coffin that matches like runes that match the symbols that we've come in on? Because they're all the same symbol, they're just rotated through different orientations.
Yeah.
They're through 90. Well,
the one to the south isn't. The one to the south is a mirror image, but yeah.
No, that's for my benefit. So the one to the north is the one that's just sparking.
But there isn't one over here.
What, to the west? No,
Yes.
There's just 3. As I say, the sarcophagus itself is just a faint musical noise coming from inside.
The mirror holds 12.
okay. So the one to the north is a mirror image of the one that Seamus entered on.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what the symbol means?
Do we need
Can I
to draw the
make a
symbol
legend
on the
check?
other one?
You can make
symbol.
You can make a. It doesn't appear to be of any religious notation to yourself. It's just a symbol.
I've got as one of my Eldritch invocations, Eyes of the Runekeeper, which means I can read all writing. Do I glean anything from any of this, from that symbol?
No, it just looks to be a rune that would aid in or deal with teleportation. You'd know that it would say that it's what would be written on something to cast teleportation.
Right, sure. Okay.
Sorry, Obo, you were saying to me.
I was going to say, so we just, what if we take some of these terracotta pieces and do the mirror image on the one on the west? We repeat the symbol, then we can have a whole pattern.
Good shout.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's some way that, that we can rewrite this glyph on the floor, like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'll go over and I'll start trying to use the terracotta or something. I'll brush the terracotta away. Is there anything on the floor? Is it just bare?
It's bare. Yeah, it's just a bare stone.
If can I mount a floor in some way, or use the terracotta pieces to?
Yeah, you can make the same symbol in the third place as well if you wish to do so. But it does nothing.
Well, that was my idea. Oh, what about
was
I
there
still got
anything on
candles?
Was there anything on the coffin?
No, not to denote it.
It's got 2 red candles now. Look, I'm not carrying those bloody things all the way around with me.
Have we? So we've tried. Have we tried opening the coffin? Yeah.
No,
not yet. No,
That's what I was going to do next.
Okay, and there's 3 teleporters. The one in the north is sparking, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can always throw the goat on a teleporter.
We could, yeah, that's an option.
Yeah.
Are we serious?
But I mean, we wouldn't know where it goes. Because, it's
Neither would she.
No, that's true. I mean, tell you what, we know where the other ones go. Can't we just throw her on one of them?
Send her back into lava.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, pardon me.
All right.
Who wants to open it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
So, Azrael, as you bravely step up and lift the lid of the coffin, you notice that it's not locked whatsoever. But inside is a music box that fills the room with noise and music, and it echoes off the walls.
That would have set off all the
Yeah. But we smashed them first.
Luckily, we already did that.
High five!
Yeah, cool.
Inside, you see the bones of a Kamadan, a bounding cloth inside the sarcophagus, along with a number of valuable items. So there are 200 gold pieces, 5 moonstones worth 50 gold pieces each, the fine music box is inside, sat on top of the bones as well.
We did it, team. For once, wanton destruction worked in our favor.
It did. Ham-fisted
Jessica.
all the way.
Yes?
Have you ever wanted ghost animal living inside you? Touch music box.
No.
Something not
thanks,
explained. Most of us all have ghost animals in us now. I have a koala. He's cuddly but sleeps a lot.
You know what? I'm good. Thanks, though.
Seamus will touch the music box.
So as you pick up put your hands on the music box, the slowly sort of serpents sliver out of the side of the mandolin and coil around your arm.
Put it back.
And you hear a purring voice in your mind say, "I am not your enemy." And then the sort of serpents seem to burrow their way into your skin.
Awesome. I got the good one.
Quick, cut his arm off.
Sorry,
Okay.
ghost animals are not covered in your emergency health insurance protection plan.
Uh-oh.
You're going to have to upgrade, too.
Does that mean it's invalid?
So, as you notice, there are no doors currently around the room itself. So, if you are wishing to find another way out of here, you're welcome to.
So I'm gonna try and speak to the voice in my head, saying, "Hey, friend, do you know how we can get out?"
The voice is silent.
Of course it is.
Did
Good
we
times.
expect anything else?
Thanks, friend.
I'll speak to Wongo. You seem to know what was going to happen in here, and you advised us to smash all the Terracotta Warriors. Do you know the way out? Do you know what this temple is of?
He'll just say Wongo is a trickster. Wongo likes to break things.
Useful.
Good.
Get the feeling he would lead you into a trap.
Didn't know. It helped us out.
Might as well. I'm assuming Oberlucker is nice and asleep.
Yes.
Excellent. What a wonderfully useful, cuddly, pathetic koala.
Doing what koalas do best, sleeping.
Yeah. So
mentally curled round the nervous system of Cork.
So I want to look over on the west side where there's an obvious gap in the teleport. Can I see anything around there in that space on the west?
you can investigate the west wall if you wish to do so.
Yeah, just there, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want an investigation?
Please.
Yes. That is 14 in total.
Yeah, you find nothing. It's just
a
a wall.
Okay.
Okay, time to do dumb things.
Yep. Let's go, guys. Come on.
With Goat in tow, we'll step on the teleporter to right here.
Oh no.
Cool. So as you do so, you.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You disappear. And
Oh my god.
You find yourself in front of a door.
Well, that could have been worse. So glad I'm unconscious for all of this.
So you painted on
sorry,
the.
Which one did Court go to?
The one on the east.
That was the one we arrived at.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's the one that's not the mirror.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's also the one that's not sparking. So,
Yep.
Which is that one.
But the one in the south is not sparking either.
No.
But that's the one I came in on, the one in the south.
Yeah, that's why I'm puzzled. Because we came in on the one on the east. Came in on the one in the south. The only one we haven't touched is the one in the north, which is sparking. And Cork's just gone out the one that we came in.
Just hear in the distance, oh God! I'm joking. You hear nothing.
So yeah, Cork, you see painted on the slab is an image of a gaunt male humanoid wearing a hooded cloak. Its face is masked by stars, and the figure has a withered left hand raised palm out, extending towards you.
They both
Hi,
got candles.
I'm Cork. Who are you?
This is just a carving on the door itself. But we'll come back to you in a minute and let the party continue deciding where they want to go or what they want to do in this.
I mean, we could follow Cork on the one that he went through, or touch this obvious trap at the top. I don't know.
Well, that over there goes back to where we've just been.
Well, I would have assumed that as well.
But we all came from the same place, but we ended up in two different spots.
Oh, in different ones.
Yeah. Is there a sparking?
Yeah, we haven't investigated it, have we? So
No,
let's
that's
just
true.
go and do that.
Yeah, all right.
It would be an Arcana check, please.
Oh,
that was investigation. So
with advantage because I'm assisting him.
No, it'd be Arcana rather than
Press the
investigation.
button.
that's lucky for that natural one.
Yeah. But you can't ascertain as to why it's sparking, just that it does be.
It be sparking. It
Yeah.
does.
Yep, it's sparking. I don't know why.
Oh, good times.
Uh,
All right, no, so I'm gonna jump on the one that Cork jumped on.
Cool. So, in doing so, you appear behind Cork, in front of the same door that I mentioned previously.
don't say a thing. They don't know where we are.
I don't know. Where do we go? We follow them, or did we go out the mirror one?
Okay, fine. I'll go through the mirror one.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Which one are you going through? The top one or the north
bottom
or
one.
the south?
South.
Okay, so as you...
See you
Bye.
soon.
It's late, and maybe I can go to bed.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yep. So I'll let you know where you go in a minute once everyone else has decided which way they're going.
Okay. Oh no! Oh no, wait, it's fine. I found myself.
Bottom left.
Yeah, I got it. I'm there. I'm good.
For
It's just all
me,
black
it's,
for me.
it's one of the two mirrors, Obo. That one's not a mirror. I'm going to follow Jessica and go south.
So Cork, you notice that your bag starts to shuffle a little bit.
I fucking hit it.
Yeah, can we just keep beating it?
Shut up! You've got nothing now.
Yeah.
You are
Bang, bang.
you are bagged meat.
In the goat bag.
I'm so sorry, Stacey.
This is fine. Roll your damage, be it lethal or none.
Right. Azrael, you also appear in a room next to Jessica. Obo, whereabouts are you?
My room just went all dark.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, because you haven't got night vision of you, so 2 secs.
It sucks.
You do have a
To be
candle.
I got my 2 candles.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
One with a skeletal arm attached to it.
Cool.
Uh,
So yeah, Obo, what's your
Oh, me?
plans?
Right.
I would strongly recommend Obo follow one of the ones that have already been entered.
Well, I like the spark, so I'm going to go and have a look-see. And then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So you're going through the one with the sparks in it.
Oh, I didn't say I was going through. I said I was going to have a look.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just going to have a
roll me
quick
an
look and
Arcana
see what it is. No, I don't like the look of that. I'll tell you what. Can I? What I would do though is I'll pick up a piece of terracotta and I'll just kind of throw it onto the sigil there.
Yeah, and as you do so, it disappears.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, I'm gonna go opposite. I'll go through the one in the south.
Cool. Okay, let me just pop you over. Oh, gold. 2 secs. So, let me just wait in here. So, as you each appear from the other side of the teleportation, you see a dusty room that is 15 foot squared and empty except for ornate rectangular mirrors mounted on the wall opposite you. Could you each roll me a DC 15 charisma saving throw, please?
Me as well.
No, not you, because you're not in front of the mirrors.
That's okay.
Just so that would be Azrael, Obo, and Jessica, please.
We've just got a horrendous thing with an arm reaching out to us. That's not terrible.
To be fair, for everything you've done to poor Zaggy, you deserve it.
I'll do worse. I'll do so much worse.
Nice.
This is where you
Nice
find out
save,
Cork has
Jessica.
been a villain
Excellent.
the entire time.
Yeah.
So
That would be a plot twist.
So as you appear in front of the mirrors, you notice that as I say, there's 12 of them, and there are a number of them that have creatures looking out from the other sides of the mirrors. But there are also a number of vacant mirrors that don't have anyone behind them. And as you land, Jessica watches as Obo and Azrael get sucked into 2 vacant mirrors that are standing in front of them and are now trapped behind them. And that is where we're going to leave it today.
Amazing.
Who got trapped behind them?
You.
The mirror world.
Yeah, Azrael and Obo are now stuck in mirrors.
Oh no.
And I'm afraid at this point your policy has expired. Before the next session. If you wish to continue with emergency elf services.
Cool. So yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for. I think we got raided a couple of times, so thanks for everyone that's joined us. And yeah, let's have a see who we've still got in chat. There's still loads of it. Oh, pizza legs.
Ow.
I just like saying it.
Yeah.
Commander Root, thanks for joining us. Maguire Review, thanks for being here as well as always. Betafly, Baron Snowhands, Bible Thump, Bibby Thumps, even. Kyliad. Yeah. Scootily Scoot.
Nice.
I like that.
Oh, I love it. Varda Tramba, thank you for joining us, Dave, as well. So yeah, hope you've all enjoyed watching. Thanks to Beadle and Grim and Galfast9 for sponsoring. And tune in next Thursday for more Runelords. And we'll be back in 2 weeks' time.
Woo.
Yeah, see if Obo and Azrael can get out of the mirrors.
Nobody knows.
So yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and we'll catch you again soon.
Yay.
Don't split the party.
Yeah.
See you
Are we
later.
gonna raid someone? Do we want to raid someone?
I'll sort it out now.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, guys, stick around. We'll dump into someone else's chat. But thank you.
Bye-bye.
Why did we split the party?
Split party back.